will tell you from what direction the fight starts and what will be your position and what you have to do.
Okay.
Not now.
Tell her not to worry. They're not capable of attacking us. They will take a defensive position. Nothing will happen to her unless a bullet comes at her. We Muslims believe this. If your time has come, nothing can be done to avoid it. You won't even be able to grab onto an extra second of life. You should believe that too.
Do we have enough gas?
Yes.
The man who's with us is an experienced combatant. He's Abu Tayyib's advisor. He's been fighting for 30 years. Before, his enemies were the Russians. Today, he's fighting against the international forces. He says he's fighting both for his religion and for his country.
During the war against the Soviets, I had to leave the country and go to Pakistan by foot. No car. And I had a handful of sand in my pocket, soil from my country. I kept it with me all winter, and when I came back in the spring, I put it back on the ground, on the Afghan ground. Listen, everyone likes their country, everyone likes freedom, and likes to see their country develop. But the world isn't letting us have all of that.
The Taliban have asked me to put on men's clothing to avoid being spotted. Other groups are participating in the operation, and no one must know that a foreign woman is amongst them. We drive for 2 hours on country roads. We're now close to the combat zone. It looks like a front line. Abu Tayyib has placed his men in the back on a defensive position, ready to act if the fighting doesn't go in their favor. The cars stop after getting over the first mountain. Before heading into the desert, they get their equipment ready.
We have a rocket launcher. It's really good.
The detonator. Hand me the detonator.
Are 7 rockets enough?
Figure out where they're shooting from, and then aim in that same direction. Okay. When you're out of ammunition, slowly withdraw from the opposition and let us finish the work. And when you've gotten to the car, we'll then start withdrawing too.
We finally understand that the combatants are going to attack an Afghan police checkpoint. It's a few kilometers from here on the other side of the plain, along the highway which crosses the province in direction of Kandahar. And we're off. A 20-minute walk in absolute silence. We're out in the open with no cover whatsoever. It's close to midnight, but the moonlight is bright enough for the group to be visible by the police at the checkpoint.
Are you where the tractor was? Okay. There's a main path heading towards the highway, and the other path leads to the trees over there, okay? So take that one, and then we'll be ready to start shooting.
We can barely see the police checkpoint, and yet across from us, about 100 meters away, Abu Tayyib is ready. He organizes the attack plan. Several groups are slowly creeping up to the checkpoint to surround it. He's waiting for his men to get into position.
You shoot bullets that make a lot of light.
What about me?
Do I shoot at them?
No, he's going to shoot at them. And then when they fire back, we'll be able to know where they are and shoot at them, like you said.
The attack is going to start in a few minutes. We decide to move away from Abu Tayyab and his group. He tells us he's going to fire from here with the anti-tank rocket launcher he showed us earlier. We look for a place where we can protect ourselves from bullet fire and explosives, but the plain is completely barren.
Big mortars.